Make no mistake, this is a significant moment and a big move if it ends up actually happening. This news is coming out of the White House in Washington. It is from John Kirby, who is the spokesperson for the National Security Council, who was speaking in a briefing just before President Biden, who you heard from then, and he said, Kirby said, Israel will begin to implement 4-hour pauses in areas of northern Gaza each day, with an announcement to be made 3 hours beforehand. We've been told by the Israelis that there will be no military operations in these areas over the duration of that pause. Now, I can tell you from the noise I can hear behind me, that has not started yet. There are lots of bangs in the distance that I can hear right now. But these pauses are precisely what aid agencies and the United Nations have been calling for. I was talking yesterday to the top UN official here in Israel, and she told me that at the very least, they need pauses of several hours each day. Now, that appears to be what is being announced now. The spokesperson at the White House also pointed out that they are not in charge of Israel's military operations. They pointed out that Israel is facing an enemy that hides itself in civilian buildings, an enemy that has not agreed to this ceasefire. It is a one-sided pause as far as we're aware. So it's perfectly possible that the Israelis would end up coming under fire and then would then be forced to break that pause itself. But if it holds, if we do get the prospect of several hours of no fighting in northern Gaza day on day, that, in a humanitarian sense, will be very positive indeed. I can also tell you that we have now had it confirmed that the CIA director has been in Qatar today, meeting with the Qatari Prime Minister. I believe the director of Mossad, the Israeli intelligence service, was there as well. Now, why is this significant? Well, because they were partly talking about humanitarian pauses. The Qataris are a key conduit for the. There was just a large explosion there behind me, so it's clearly not started yet, this pause. But the Qataris are a key broker in terms of they have access or contact with Hamas. Part of this ceasefire would be for humanitarian purposes. Another part of it would be to test the trust of a loud explosion there. Clearly, this ceasefire has not begun yet. Part of this would be to test the trust of Hamas, because they need to get the hostages back. Israel needs to get more than 200 hostages back, and I think those talks in Qatar are key for that, to try and establish. Yeah, certainly not started yet. To try and establish some form of communication so that the hostages can come back. Despite what we're hearing behind me now, the prospect of these humanitarian pauses, now confirmed by the White House, is a significant moment indeed.